trying to implement a plan of attack on the fly. The irony of this situation? I'd had meetings scheduled in Phoenix before Sierra and I had crossed paths. That had to be a sign. Had to. Maybe that was wishful thinking on my part, but no one has ever accused me of being an optimist. I'd lived with the brooding Boone moniker since my 3rd birthday. Could Sierra see me beyond who I used to be? The borderline bad boy who'd left her after admitting I'd hidden my feelings for her from the start? But you aren't that kid anymore. So, I'd changed. Big deal. It'd be a sad situation if I hadn't. I could thank the United States Army for the significant improvements in my life and the opportunities that joining the military had afforded me. Way to sound like a recruitment poster, douche. Fuck. Where was my confidence? I was educated. I'd expanded my language skills. I'd become a team leader. I'd learned the art of compromise and negotiation. I'd effectively erased most of that punk I used to be. But what if that's the guy she wants? Fuck that. I could offer her things now that I couldn't before. I had a career, a pension, a nice car, a bright future. She always had those things that you worked so hard to get. What can you give her that no one else can? What makes you special? My mind blanked. I heard a crack and realized I'd been grinding my teeth so hard my jaw had popped. All of this speculation meant squat. My male pride assured me I'd come this far and she wouldn't refuse to see me. It kept reminding me I'd had a connection with Sierra I hadn't experienced with anyone else. Unfortunately, my pride also had a sadistic streak. It suggested I'd never gotten over Sierra because she'd never really been mine in the first place. My pride was a total dickhead most of the time. The GPS reminded me to turn right at the next intersection and then announced my destination had been reached. After I parked in the visitor's lot, I bent down and peered through the bottom of the windshield so I could see the Daniels Development Group office building from the ground up. I'd always known Sierra came from money. Yet I also knew that Gavin Daniels had been responsible for that financial success after expanding the business he'd inherited from his father. Did Sierra feel pressured to make an equal, or even bigger, mark with her role in the family business? She had the brains to do it, but did she have the drive? Thinking back, I didn't remember that she'd been interested in carrying on the family legacy. Then again, who knows what they want out of life at age 16? Just because I'd known her then didn't mean I knew anything about her goals, aspirations, and responsibilities now. And I couldn't wait to find them out firsthand. As I crossed the parking lot, I figured it was a good time to remind myself what I did know. Sierra worked in Daniel's property management on the 10th floor. She wasn't in a relationship. My brain hit pause. What else? When nothing came to mind, I realized that was all I knew about her. Sort of pathetic, really. But Sierra had roughly the same basic knowledge about me, so we'd be on equal ground. The thought of getting this second chance with her quickened my stride as I entered the lobby. As I rode the elevator, various scenarios ran through my mind of how this would play out. In the movie version of our reunion, we'd be running toward each other in slow motion, through the rain. We'd kiss like mad, pausing only to tearfully confess our eternal love for each other as the scene fades to black. In my version, after I promised to spend the rest of my life making up for the past 7 years we were apart, we'd end up on the rain-soaked ground, so hot for each other we fucked right there in the mud. Or I fucked her up against a tree. Or I bent her over a park bench. Oh, hell yeah. That one was really good. Especially when I imagined my hand twisted in that gorgeous dark hair of hers, pulling just hard enough to make her gasp as I whispered dirty, dirty promises in her ear. Jesus, man, get a fucking grip. You really want to stroll in sporting wood? And is sex all you really want from her? Well, no, but I sure as hell wouldn't.